Camping? More like surviving the wasteland. Camping. It's fun, right? Roasting marshmallows, telling spooky stories, fighting off bands of wasteland raiders. Okay, maybe not that last one. But what if your camping trip had a little more punch? What if, instead of just roughing it, you were surviving the apocalypse? That's where Fist of the North Star gear comes in. Forget your average tent and compass. We're talking about surviving the wasteland, Kenshiro style. Fist of the North Star gear, not your average camping supplies. First up, the tent. This isn't some flimsy nylon thing. This tent is made from the salvaged hide of a giant post-apocalyptic lizard. It's designed to withstand the harshest of elements, from scorching desert heat to freezing Arctic winds. Okay, maybe not, but it's heavy-duty, waterproof, and comes with built-in spikes that look suspiciously like bear traps. These spikes not only keep the tent grounded during fierce storms, but also provide an extra layer of security against any unwanted nighttime visitors. Next, your canteen. Shaped like a gourd and emblazoned with the Hokuto Shichishin symbol, it's guaranteed to keep your water cold, or your wasteland hooch warm, for days. This canteen is crafted from high-grade materials that ensure durability and longevity, making it a reliable companion for any journey. And don't forget the essential survival kit. This kit is packed with everything you need to survive in the wild, whether you're navigating through dense forests or barren wastelands. Inside, you'll find a compass that points north, or maybe towards the nearest source of water, or trouble, ensuring you never lose your way, no matter how disorienting the terrain might be. A multi-tool that can do everything but make toast, featuring a knife, screwdriver, bottle opener, and even a mini saw for those unexpected challenges, and a first aid kit stocked with bandages that look suspiciously like strips of leather. These bandages are designed to be extra tough, perfect for treating wounds in the roughest conditions. With this gear, you're not just camping, you're surviving in style. You are already dead of boredom. Fist of the North Star camping adventures. Now I know what you're thinking. Kristen, you're saying this all sounds very intense. And you're right, it is. But that's the fun of it. Imagine this. You're sitting around the campfire, swapping stories about the time you fought off a pack of feral raccoons with nothing but a spork and your wits. Or the time you had to barter for firewood using only your knowledge of ancient constellations, and maybe a few protein bars. Section 4. Kenshiro's Guide to Roughing It. Practical uses for post-apocalyptic gear. In this section, we dive deep into the real-world applications of gear designed for the end of the world. But it's not all about the theatrics. Sure, it looks cool, but there's more to it than just appearances. This gear is actually pretty practical. That heavy-duty tent, it's built to withstand the harshest conditions. It'll stand up to anything Mother Nature can throw at it, and maybe even a stray meteor or two. The canteen? It's not just any canteen. Keeps your drinks colder than a polar bear's nose. And the survival kit? It's packed with essentials that could make the difference between life and death. Well, let's just say it's good to be prepared. From fire starters to emergency blankets, every item has a purpose. Plus, let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel like a total badass while they're camping? Imagine the confidence boost you get from knowing you're ready for anything. With this gear, you'll be the envy of every other camper in the woods, or wasteland. Whether you're facing a sudden storm or just showing off your setup, this gear has got you covered. And let's not forget the multi-tool. It's like having a toolbox in your pocket. From fixing a broken tent pole to opening a can of beans, it's indispensable. The compass? It's your best friend when you're lost in the wilderness. No GPS? No problem. This little device will guide you back to safety. So, next time you head out into the wild, consider upgrading your gear. Not just for the looks, but for the practicality and peace of mind it brings. Section 5. My imaginary post-apocalyptic camping trip. I can picture it now, me, Dax, and our two little ones out in the wilderness, surviving on our wits and our Fist of the North Star gear. Dax would be trying to teach the kids how to start a fire with sticks. He's not very good at it. While I'm fending off mutant squirrels with my trusty spork. It would be chaotic, hilarious, and maybe even a little bit terrifying. But hey, that's what makes a good camping trip, right? Section 6, the heart of the wilderness, where the unknown lurks behind every tree and bush. Wait, was that a two-headed squirrel? Yes, you heard that right. And then, just when we thought it was safe to relax, we'd hear it. A rustle in the bushes, a low growl, the kind that sends shivers down your spine. The sound of approaching footsteps, each step echoing louder than the last, making our imaginations run wild. We'd grab our gear, our hearts pounding in our chests. The adrenaline rush was real, and we were ready for anything. And then, we'd see it. A creature unlike any other. something straight out of a campfire story. A two-headed squirrel, its eyes glowing red in the firelight. Okay, maybe not. But in the wilderness, your mind can play tricks on you. But it's fun to imagine, right? The thrill of the unknown, the excitement of what could be lurking just out of sight. After all, with Fist of the North Star gear, anything is possible. You're equipped for any adventure, no matter how wild. Even surviving the apocalypse, or at least a weekend in the woods. With the right gear, you can turn any camping trip into an epic adventure.